What's up, guys? Sitting here in Orlando. It's January 4th, 2016. My little son's birthday. Happy birthday, Ricky. Love you. Um, just felt like doing a little blog. I usually sit here for an hour and a half, 2 hours, getting unloaded. Pretty easy, man. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I come pick up a load, and I bring it and get unloaded. Usually, it's just this one. I can squeeze almost 8 hours a day out of it and just sit here and chill and then drive back to Tampa. So Orlando to here, chill, and then back to Tampa. I got to take the trailer back to Yingling. So I'm a beer. I mean, I drive semis, but we deliver um, for Yingling. Yingling is our largest customer. So I usually do Yingling almost every morning, which is fine. Because I like repetition. I like going to the same places, um, doing the same things. You get to know where you're going. It's easier to drive. You anticipate things better, so it's more safe, and that's what you want. When you're driving over the road, you just go into all different places, and you can never gauge. It's always new. I mean, and it's adventurous per se, but I like the repetition, so it's definitely cool to have that here at the job. Um, just got through the holidays, the new year. I actually didn't even wasn't even up for the ball drop. I went to sleep early, so just I don't sleep well, man. With my sleeping disorder, I get real tired, and it doesn't help getting up super early anyway. But I mean, I'm good till about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to bed. So um, I am excited about the 11th to go to my first doctor's appointment for this sleep apnea because it's kicking my ass. Yesterday wasn't a very good day. I just didn't have a lot of energy, anxiety throughout the day. Tried to lay down and take a nap, and I don't get it, man. It's like I sleep at night, but then when I go to take naps during the day, the apnea acts up. It won't let me fall asleep. I'll get to the I'll get to the getting ready to go to sleep, like right in that middle mode, and all of a sudden it'll wake me up. Um, so I don't know yet what exactly I have. It seems weird because like I'll catch myself. Like I think I caught myself yesterday, like a snore, like, and then it was just once, and wait, then I startled myself back up. But then the other times, I think it was just I stopped breathing. So I mean, I'm concerned. There's a couple of different types of sleep apnea. One's OSA and one is CSA, and then there's a combination of both. Man, the CSA is pretty gnarly, man, because your brain stops telling your body to breathe at night, and that really sucks. So I'm definitely hoping that that's not what I have. If it's the OSA, which is obstructive, it means just something's obstructing me there, and I'm hoping that it's that one. That way I can work. It's a little bit easier, I guess, to treat that one than the other one. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely concerned about it. I'm not gonna lie, and it's just driving me crazy right now. But just trying to stay positive. The one thing I can do, and the one thing I can say, if anybody's watching this video that's curious about, new to it, or is curious about it, or needs advice or whatever, from what I haven't even been diagnosed yet. I had to get insurance, and I had to go through all the steps. So, like I said, I have my first um, doctor's appointment on the 11th here in about a week or so. But I know I have it. I have all the symptoms, all the reading and stuff I do. Obsess over the internet trying to figure out exactly what it is. Um, I bought a CPAP mask on Craigslist and a machine, and I don't know how well it's working, if it's working at all. I still am sleepy every day, and I still have the symptoms. The symptoms won't go away. So they say when you get your mask and you get on the CPAP and you get it figured, a lot of what I read says that you got to dial it in. A lot of times it takes people, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months to get their machine dialed in to where they're actually getting the most benefit out of it. So it could take you a while. Some people, they get relief right away. For me, that wasn't the case. I bought a full face mask, and I was still waking up at night in panics. And the panics mean that you still stop breathing in your sleep. So it was obvious to me that the full face mask in my machine wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing. So I changed masks to a nasal mask, where it's just a direct current into the nose. And so far, I haven't not used it. I've been using it every day, and I feel like, even if it's helping a little bit, it's better than nothing. So using the nasal mask, I have the nasal pillow mask, and then I have the little thing that fits over your nose. So far, I can't seem to get used to the nasal pillows. It feels weird inside my nose. I don't know. I seem to just yank it off. Um, there's somebody whistling for me. I don't know if he's whistling for me or somebody else. Anyways, um, I find that I'm able to use the full nose mask, and I've actually gotten used to it. I've gotten used to sleeping with it. I've gotten used to wearing it. So the whole thing about not being able to get used to the mask, not being able to use the CPAP, and just can't use it. I can use it. I can even sleep with the mask now, and it's almost like a security blanket for me. I get scared to not sleep with it. So now all I need to do is find the machine and the pressure settings and all that works for me. And all I have is a CPAP machine. I don't have an APAP, XPAP, or BiPAP or whatever. So I don't know exactly how severe it is or exactly what I need, which is why I'm going to the doctor to check it out. So the self-medicating per se isn't exactly working, although I do sleep with the mask every night, and it seems to maybe reduce the night panics, because I used to wake up in night panics. It was worse in my truck, in my semi truck. I would wake up, and I would have the night panics where you wake up and your heart's beating faster, and it's beating. You can feel it more, and it just scares the shit out of you. I don't seem to have those as much now, which is good, because that was one of the worst parts about it, was falling asleep knowing that I'm going to wake up. Um, so now it's more or less getting the treatment I need, because the sleep apnea is affecting my cardiovascular system. I mean, it is. My heart is working harder, and since atrial fibrillation runs in my family, that's my trigger. My trigger is the sleep apnea, and it's triggered it once, and it's triggered it twice, um, and that's a scary thing. It really is. I mean, I'm confident that I have time, and I'm doing something about it, and I can get this thing figured out, and that once the sleep apnea is being treated and treated correctly, that it will reduce a lot of these symptoms that I have, reduce my anxiety, my worry, give me my energy back. Um, the energy and the confidence to work out, to go walking, to exert myself, to get my heart rate going, and doing things and doing activities. Because right now I don't want to do any big activities, and maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot, but I just don't want my heart to go into AFib again. It's a very, very, very scary and uncomfortable feeling. And even though, most likely I'm not going to have a heart attack or anything, at least not right now from what I've read and studied, it still feels very uncomfortable, and it's still a scary thing. And I don't want to deal with that as long as I possibly. I want to keep that away as long as I possibly can. So if this is a video to maybe educate somebody who's new, who's starting to have symptoms, is just trying to find answers, the best thing, is to get to a sleep doctor, get an appointment, and go get, have a sleep study. That's what I'm working on, is getting the sleep study and letting them help you, because there's a bunch of different things that you can get done. I mean, there's surgery, there's the CPAP therapy, There's the oral devices. I have looked and read all of them, and you don't know what you have. You have mild or moderate sleep apnea, severe, sleep apnea, and this is a learning.
Have a good day.
So my advice is to go get treatment. Go see a specialist first, and get with him and find out what you need to do, because that's what I'm going to do. That's what I realized that I need to do, because you can read how many, the self-medicating and remedies as much as you want, but every person's different. Every person is not the same, and that's the one thing that I've learned, and by reading and studying this, is that it affects everyone differently, and you don't know what you need. Um, there's also an implant that you can get in your pectoral area that stimulates your throat. It's almost like a pacemaker for your throat. I've been looking that up lately. So just the moral to the story is, um, you know, go see a specialist and start there. If you're overweight, lose weight. I am not. The thing about me is I'm not obese. I'm 6'1". I'm about 260. I have a really big kind of neck, kind of double chinny type of a thing here, and I used to be bigger. I used to be 280. So I fluctuate, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I've stayed about 260. There was one point where I was at 245 when I was on the road, and I want to get back to that, and I want to continue to do that. So I'm thinking, it, get down even more. I'd love to lose about another 40 pounds, but again, I'm not obese, and sometimes sleep apnea affects you when you are obese. So maybe losing the 40 pounds is going to help me out. Um, and getting down to a really svelte, 220, 215, which is where it probably should be anyway. Um, but again, I've read there's people that've lost 100 pounds and it still hasn't helped them. So, there's things that you can do on your own, like losing weight and watching what you eat. And I noticed that, something that I sort of noticed, that eating really late and going to bed right after a meal, that doesn't seem to help. There's a few times where I've done that, and it seemed to aggravate the apnea a little bit more. So I would suggest, drop weight and, get yourself on an eating regimen that is a little bit not eating so late. Eat during the day and then stop about 5 or 6 o'clock is what I would suggest. And sometimes, you cheat and you don't think about it, and freaking eat a snack or something a little too late. But those are little things that I think that you can do on your own. If you're trying to just trying to get some kind of relief till you can see somebody. So, I am going to keep an update and keep blogging about this.
Have a good day.
And if this helps people, then I'm going to continue to do so. I'm going to vlog about how I feel, every other day, every couple of days do a video, and I'm going to video the appointment, and I'm going to document as much as this, so that I can help somebody else out if they're in the same boat as me, where they're unsure, they're scared, and they're worried, and hopefully I can have some really positive videos and some curable videos coming up. So just stay tuned, and I will keep everyone updated about my sleep apnea experience and things that are helping me and not helping me. So until then, sada.